El goes in the hole. El goes in. What did Quint say? We're putting the caps back in here. Okay? This is the stuff I gotta do at 3 in the morning to prepare for the show. I know. El goes in the hole. El comes out of the hole. All right. There you go. You know what the best part about... Here we go. Right, guys? Look at it. The caps are in. Shot a cap gun for Quint. I need coffee. You know what the best part about Quint was? The best part about Quint is when he feels a tug on the fishing line and he's nibbling on like a cracker, like a saltine. That's like his breakfast, right? He was up all night drinking apricot brandy. Got a hangover, but you're out in the ocean. Like, that's the thing about being a fisherman. When you got a hangover, it doesn't matter because you hop on the salty boat and you motor out into the sea to make your living. Can you imagine being a fisherman? You know how crummy your job is right now? Can you imagine being a fisherman and this is your boat? It's like, if you're a fisherman, what is your stress the next day? Oh, I gotta hop on my boat and go out into the beautiful water and go fishing. Yeah. I mean, what was the stress back then? I gotta pay for gas. What was it? 75 cents a gallon in the 70s? Come on. That's your big stress? It's not like he was buying new clothes. Quint was just wearing denim. He was like Jay Leno. You know, like denim shirt, blue jeans, and a pair of Keds. This is a fisherman. And what was his breakfast? A saltine cracker. Then he looks down at the line. He takes the cracker and he puts it in his pocket. Anybody else would have tossed the cracker overboard. He takes very carefully puts the cracker back in his pocket. I want to know when he... You know what? Right before Jaws was... As Jaws was chewing on his legs, remember, and he's screaming that high... Oh, that terrible high-pitched screaming. Remember? You hear that screaming? He should have reached in his pocket and been like... Just one more bite for the way out. What a sad movie. Remember when Brody and... what's his name? Rusty Fender Boy. What's his name? They see each other at the end and they're like... He's like, Quint. And Brody's like, no. He's sawed in half. Poor Quint. I love when they're motoring. She's trying to draw the shark into the shallows, and he's got his hand pinned on the throttle. You know, like the boat throttle. You know, it's like the handle like this, and he's like leaning on it like this, like it's gonna go faster. And the diesel engine's smoking. And Rusty Fender Boy's like, Quint, you gotta score the cylinders. And he's like, shut up! Quint, baby. Anyhow. Hooper. Yes. That's good coffee. Oh my God. So we had a barbecue the other night. You know, all the trimmings. I My wife makes the hamburgers. I should make the hamburgers right now. I got news for you right now. You don't let Spanish people make hamburgers, all right? Listen, Spanish people, I love you to death. I fucking married one of you. Okay? But you don't put sazon on a hamburger. You understand? It's the salt. It's the pep. Spanish people make hamburgers. They're like salt, pepper, sazon, cilantro. It's like, no! No! You don't put anything. And then she makes one of these meatball burgers. You know what I'm saying? You know these hamburgers that are like 3 feet thick? No! You gotta mash that burger down. And you put it on the bun and it goes in the center of the bun. It's this big and it's like 3 stories tall. Come on. When I make the hamburgers, number one, I buy the fattiest meat you can get. 80-20. Give me the 80. I like it when the meat's just white. I want the meat to look like a package of maggots. There's so much fat in there. Oh my God, the animal fat and my testosterone levels are rising. It's fantastic for you. Anyway, she's making the hamburgers. I'm chilling, drinking beer. I'm not going to argue with her. I like to flatten those hamburgers out, put the dimple in the middle, so when they cook, they're completely flat and loose. Loose. You take the meat and you just like, done. And then flatten it out. So when you put it on the barbecue, it's like you got to surgically flip them. They're just falling apart. So when you put them on the bun, they're falling apart. Anyhow. Then it's the lettuce, it's the tomato, it's the onion, the cheese. You understand? But what? It's the mayo, the ketchup. But what's the secret ingredient? You gotta put. Listen, if you're not doing this, you're an animal. Italian dressing. Oh. Just drench that bun in Italian dressing. Oh, it drips down the chin, the juice from the meat and the Italian dressing. It goes down the chin. It's trapped right here in the beard. Oh, I love it. Oh, sip of Jack and Coke. You understand? It was one of these nights. Then I got to go in. I got to wake up at 12 o'clock in the morning to go to work. I go to work half hungover. I wound up getting out of work, 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm exhausted. I know, this story gets old after a while. But on the way home, my eyes are shutting, you understand? And all I could think to myself is, oh, it's boiling hot. I got the AC in the car on, and I'm like, oh, this feels great. It just feels great when that AC starts kicking. Oh. I'm falling asleep at the wheel. I'm like, I'm just gonna go home. It's understood when I get home that I'm going to sleep. Like, my wife will take the boy somewhere. I just go. I sleep in my son's bed. It's ridiculous. My feet are hanging over the railing. For some reason, it's so comfortable. I don't know. I've been like falling asleep with my son lately. I just love his bed. It's stiff. You understand? I love a stiff mattress. Anyhow, we should all be sleeping on the floor. I don't know if you realize that or not. If you got a hardwood floor, start sleeping on it. I'm not kidding you. Pillowless! I saw this Japanese couple that slept on the floor. I saw this whole documentary about this Japanese couple. They were 100 years old. And what they didn't tell you at the end was the old man was dying. It was like this fucking documentary. They tricked me into it. I'm like, wow, look at this super happy couple. And then towards the end of the documentary, he drops dead. And at night, he'd like to hold a face. I'm like, this was the most romantic couple of all time. They were still a little spry. They would sweep in the morning, you know? At 100 years old, let's face it, you're shot. But they were still doing like little romantic things. I'm like, oh my God. And then he dies at the end. And I'm like, How, well, what? How did I get roped into this? They didn't tell me he was sick. All of a sudden, he drops dead. And she's sitting there. Oh, and then she dropped dead like a day later. You know what? It was like, me and my wife was sitting there crying. I'm holding her face. Anyhow. All right. So I'm halfway home and I hear and I'm like, oh, what was that sound? And then next thing you know, I go down this turn. I have this one turn where it's if the light is green, it's like a turn where you don't. It's like an 80-degree veer off the road. And I try to nail it at like 100 miles an hour. You understand? I put the old Mazda 6 to the test. So next thing you know, I go to turn and I keep on going straight. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm almost jump up onto the curb. I got to grab the steering wheel with all my might to turn it. I said, what the hell happened here? I lost my power steering. The next thing you know, the AC starts blowing hot. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And it takes me a while to register because I'm half asleep. I'm like, oh my God, the fucking belt blew off. Ashka Maramo. So I'm like, okay, what happened here? I get the car home. By the time I get home, the car's overheating. Okay. I open up the hood. You know how life, let me tell you something. Life sometimes can really fuck you in the ass. I was like, what the? Anyhow, I look down, the belt's gone. The belt tensioner, I go to turn it, it's frozen. The belt tensioner is shot. I said, oh my God, right now, right the fuck now. And it's like 100 degrees outside. So I go in the house. I tell my wife, she's power washing. Because we're having 4th of July at my house this year. Anyhow. Honey, I need the keys to your car. I got to go get the part. Now I'm going to get the parts. I got to drive to, no exaggeration, 5 different auto parts stores to try to find this part. I get to the 5th one. They're like, we can have the belt tensioner here in 2 hours. So I'm like, all right. So I go home and I wind up doing the nightmare task of helping my wife finish power washing the backyard. Yes. I'm like, what am I going to do? Go to sleep now? I got to get this part. I have work the next day. Again. At midnight. I drove back to the auto parts store. Now it's got to be like 3:30, 4 o'clock. I get the pats. I come home. I start doing this nightmare job from hell. Do you understand? The cooling reservoir's got to come out. I got to take the top motor mount off. I got to jack up the car. I got to take the wheel off. I got to take the inner fender well out to access the belts. Now it's pushing 5 o'clock, 4:45, and my wife comes out. You gotta hurry up. Her stepdaughter's making tacos. All right, I'm boiling. I'm greased up to my elbows here. I'm greased up to my shoulders. Grease everywhere. I got grease on my feet. I don't even know how I got grease on my feet. So now I'm trying to get this done. They put a bolt. I get the new belt tensioner in. Now I got to turn the belt tensioner. You know how you twist the belt tensioner with a breaker bar to try to get the new belt on. They have a bolt mounted on the frame that's right in front of the hole where you're supposed to insert your breaker bar to turn the tensioner. This is where the mega cursing starts. Do you understand? This is where the racism starts. Okay, the racial slurs against Japanese people for the engineers. You ever see a guy? Listen, there's a lost art here in America, and it's men kicking and screaming, working on their cars out in the street. I was cursing. Like, if I was walking by this guy, me with my son, I would have said, "Hey, buddy, I got my kid here." And I would have had to turn around and say, well, in the heat of the moment, go fuck yourself and your kid sideways. And then we would have been rolling in the street. But I would have had to say to me, "Hey, asshole." I'm cursing. I'm letting the Japanese have it. Listen, I love the Japanese, okay? I love Japanese engineering. But this was the stupidest engineering I've ever seen in my life. And it was a bolt for the, that was holding all the ABS brake lines. So now I can't get on a ratchet on the bolt because the tension is in the way now. So I start removing the bolt with an open end box wrench, and I got it like that little space to work. Tink, 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 tink. It's the bolt that takes 9 hours to remove. And I back it all the way out, and it's up against the belt tensioner. I can't take the bolt out. So I'm like, what's going on here? So this must have been the original belt that came with the car. Because I don't know how anybody else could have installed a belt like this. So now the bolt won't come out. I can't get the thing in to tension the belt. So I pull out the old fucking Sawzall, and I saw the end of the bolt off. It was the most satisfying thing I ever did in my life. I don't care if that whole ABS assembly comes flying out of there while I'm driving. It's not bolted anymore. And I'm perfectly fine with it. I hacked the bolt off. I got my breaker bar in there. I put the belt on. Anyhow, I'm in the nick of time. Now it's like 5:30, 6 o'clock. We gotta get tacos. You gotta get ready. I'm trying to wash my hands. I'm washing all the grease off. I get all the grease off I didn't even get all the grease off. With a brush, I'm sitting there with a brush trying to brush it off. And I hop in the shower. Okay. I just turn the cold water on. I never do this. I'm a hot shower guy. I like it to melt my skin off. My wife always yells, "That's why you're going bald, because you use hot water." I don't care. I'll go bald. I got to take a hot shower. I go in there. I just turn the cold water on. This is how overheating, the heat exhaustion was kicking in. The water was on freezing cold, and I just walked right into it like it was nothing. It didn't even have an effect. I didn't even realize it was cold water. It felt warm to me. And it was ice. It was coming out of the faucet, ice cold. So I'm sitting there and I'm washing myself, and it feels so good. And all I could think to myself is, oh my God, I'm going to eat these tacos. Her daughter makes these wonderful tacos, and I'm going to have a beer, and I'm just going to chill out. Oh, I'm just picturing the cold beer sliding down my throat. I'm like, oh, I'm like in orgasm mode. And you know how I could tell? Like, the water was so ice cold. You know how I could tell that the water was ice cold? This is a little disgusting. But when I was cleaning my asshole, my asshole felt like it was like 300 degrees. When I was cleaning my asshole, and I was like, oh my God, it's hot down there. I was bringing my body temperature down so low. I know. So it's at that moment during the shower where I get the fucking chill down my spine. And I realize that I didn't tighten the bottom bolt on the tensioner. The bottom bolt that you had to remove the fender cover to get at, and to remove the tire to get at. And if you could have heard the screaming, no, it wasn't coming out of my mouth. It was coming out in my mind. I thought my head was my brain was gonna explode through my eyeballs. Now I'm sitting in the shower, clean. I got work in the morning. I had to get out, get the jack out, carry the floor jack, which is buried underneath the fucking workbench over here. It weighs 1,000,000 pounds. I got to carry it out of the door here. Jack the car back. I told her, honey, just go. Just go. Eat your tacos. Eat your tacos, drink my beer. Yeah. Yeah. Take the car apart. Tighten the bolt. Come back in the house. Eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And go to bed. Yeah. I know. Callahan. Okay. Reporting for duty. Yeah. How do you like the duds? All right? This is what I'm turning into. All right? Number one, I realized I was getting old the other day when I started caring about how the yard looks. Okay? Never in my life did I give a fuck how the yard looks. Now I find myself like curating the yard, watering this plant and picking these dead leaves off of that plant. Yeah. So that's where it's going. And now I'm wearing like these types of shirts. And what I'm starting to realize is, do you know what a Hawaiian shirt is? Just dawned on me when I put the shirt on this morning. A Hawaiian shirt is basically camouflage for man boobs. Yeah. If you go into the military for being an old man, they hand you a Hawaiian shirt. Here you go. This is the uniform for man boobs. You can get away with anything under a Hawaiian shirt. I know. It's a wonderful thing. Roll the theme song. We gotta prime the pump. Come on. Come on, will ya? Come on, here.
He's not here because as my husband, Mike Rosenberg, always said, you can turn things around. And except for one terrible moment in a hotel in Philadelphia when he forgot that. This is really a shame because he was with me from the beginning and I'm so sorry.
This is classic Howard Stern right here. Oh my God. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on! Jesus.
Maybe the greatest. Dallas, you're on the air. Hello? Oh?
This... Oh, come on with your goddamn...
Yes. Dallas. This is, Los Angeles, Howard. See, the line is still screwed up. No, the bad guy is wrong. No, yeah.
This was the intro. I don't know if you guys remember the intro to Howard Stern in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, this is when me and Phil would be fishing. We'd listen to Howard Stern in the morning. And the greatest part to Howard Stern was the intro, because they'd play a couple skits and then they would play that jazz song. And this was right after my Hot 97 mega mix here that this came up. So, wow. Let's see if and then it would roll into that jazz song that he would always play before the show. Does anybody remember this? Oh, let's see if we can find it.
A horse is supposed. It's nothing like that. Me and Jessica Hahn having an orgy on an airplane. Hey Jessica, these horseshoes just dropped out of your mini dress. Remind me of the time the late Chico Marx once said, "Hey, hold on, here's my horseshoes." Mom?
Come on.
Why are you crying?
Sir of the Tonight Show.
They're fighting, Howard. I'm not. I'm just doing a show.
Oh, no, you're not. You were just fired.
He said to Debbie, "If you, she's never going to do the Tonight Show either." And Debbie said, "Okay."
Now that Helen Kushnick is... Yes. It's a hard ball. Tell him to walk on the water. You got and let him put on answer my... You want to try? Yeah? What's your favorite song? I'll drum to it. Do you want it? What's the drum to?
Oh, that's the end of the damn tape. Come on. Come on. What about this side? Here we go.
Bongo on her.
Oh, here it is!
Good morning, everybody. It was a good morning, I'm gonna get to our inside. And if you have that's Scott talking I'm doing. A little Scott talking. I'm deciding if you have it.
Oh, Howard Stern!
So,
Come on, early 90s Howard Stern. Yeah, baby.
Come on, like Jessica.
You're
I'm not-
right.
Shut up, shut up. Anyhow, what do we burn up here? Yeah, we're half hour in. We're half hour in. Here we go. What are we gonna do? I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep it. This place is a fucking disaster, dude. I'll tell you that right now. We're gonna keep it simple today, buddies. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I mean, hey, what do you want me to tell you? Got Johnny Blade. Okay. We got a package here from Rodney. All right, coming from California. That's far. Oh yeah. California. We're from Lake Elsinore, California. Yeah. $21 to send this package. Sip of coffee for Rodney. Christ's sake. Post office robbing everybody blind lately. Yeah, I'm sorry. Gas prices are down. Let's face it. The postal service. They're basically their expense is directly proportional to the price of gasoline. I don't care what you say. So how come the prices of postage isn't coming down? Yeah, oh no. Oh no. Please. What a racket. Now, what do we got here? Oh, what? What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys. I can't believe they still make this. It's the greatest toy ever made. It is the greatest toy ever made. It's the Evel Knievel stunt cycle, everybody. Yeah, baby! Woo! Top speed jumps, wheelies, handstands, crashes, flips, tricks, and much more. Oh my God. Oh my God, is this for real? This is the reason why I missed the very first day of school. Do you understand? The very first day where I was supposed to get on a school bus, I left the house with my Evel Knievel stunt cycle, and I never came home. My mother comes out into the road. I'm sitting there like... It sounded like a I was starting a World War II bomber. Yeah. You know how they have that like inertia starter? And then the engine's like... That's what the Evel Knievel stunt cycle sounded like. And my mother comes down the driveway and she's like, how come you didn't get on the school bus? I'm like, what kind of irresponsible parent are you? You didn't realize I'm out here playing Evel Knievel stunt cycle in the middle of the road? At 4 years old? Yeah, because I went to kindergarten when I was 4 years old. Yeah, thank you. Which essentially made me retarded for the rest of my school career. Yes. Send the underdeveloped brain to school, please. That's great. Why couldn't you send me at 2? So I could shit my pants in front of the whole class. Even though I was shitting my pants anyhow. Even in 4. Even in the first grade, I dropped a few logs in there. I know. I got the ridicule. I had Miss Cohen pulling my hair. Thank you, Miss Cohen. And hitting me over the head with books. Yeah, you're a real gemstone. I hope you're rotten in hell. Mrs. Cohen. Oh my God. I hope somebody's in hell with like a half a broomstick up her ass right now. That's what they do up there in hell, down there. Yeah. Got a pair of channel lock pliers up her ass, and somebody's opening them. Red hot channel lock pliers. They're going like this. Yeah? You want to pull hair? You want to pull a 4-year... No. How old was I? Kindergarten 4, 5. You want to pull a 5-year-old by the hair? There you go. How do you like that? One of, not the devil himself, one of his minions. Like one of the horrid looking things, with the eyeballs that go like this. Yeah? Hey, boss, I got her. Where are the channel locks? He's heating them in the forge. She's like, what are you going to do with those? Remember when you called that 5-year-old kid a pig? He's eating cupcakes. You called him a pig and you pulled his hair? Yeah, these are going up your asshole now. What? Yeah. There's not let me tell you, there's not an asshole safe in hell. I can tell you, that's the first place they go. Yeah. That's right. When you go to hell, you fall, right? Because you're going down, right? I don't know. And it's hot, and the first thing you do is you land on a fence post, asshole first. One of those metal fence posts with the cap on the end that looks like a cockhead. You go right down. This sucks already. It's hot. All right. Wait, Evel Knievel stunt cycle. This is what a thrill. What a thrill. I love the contents. The contents are the the inertia machine here, the Energizer launcher. Oh my God, This thing would go howling down the block. Do you understand? Pulling wheelies. It had like gyroscopic forces. So like the motorcycle would be going down the road like on an angle like this, pulling a wheelie. You're like, oh my god, the amount of kinetic energy in this thing. You could send it through like hit somebody's fence, and it would just be like a little Evel Knievel outline in the in the fence. Woo! What a toy! What a toy! I want my son to experience this. Do you understand? It's going through the sliding glass door today. We got hardwood floors. You understand what Evel Knievel stunt cycle can do on a hardwood floor? Oh, hard nipples thinking about it. I love the instructions too. Look at this kid is like, oh, you get to put the stickers on? This kid's like from the 1970s. Look at him. Yeah. Like he's like, I'll play in the backyard while my parents smoke pot. I love it. And listen to Frampton Comes Alive. Oh my God. Guys, alright. Everybody likes to shit on Peter Frampton. But what's the song? Do you? Here's the mic. Nothing's hooked up. Yes. Nothing's hooked up. I don't have the cable out here. Damn it! I don't have it. Yeah. Do you feel like I do? Do you feel like I do? And that song has so many great sections. This is 1970s. This is getting high music, guys. This is like amazing music. Do yourself a favor. Go watch it. Like, turn this garbage off. Go watch Peter Frampton live. I guess, what is it called? Do You Feel Like I Do? Oh my God. Imagine being at this concert. Imagine. This is like, how do you feel like, we don't have music like this anymore. Let's just face it. Let's face it. I know it's not old man speak at this point. It's just the truth. We don't, imagine these people leaving this concert. They must have been like, did I just have an orgasm? I don't know what to tell you. Oh man. Oh man. Look at this. It's all coming back to me now. I love how they give him a separate helmet. Like that's going to save him for what's about to happen. This is like the realest representation of what Evel Knievel had to go through. What a hero Evel Knievel was. What a hero. What an American treasure. What are we going to put this thing together? I'm in. Okay. We put this into here. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes. Oh, do it the right way. Do it the right way. Oh my God. Oh yes, 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 yes. Turn the gear, turn the gear. Oh yeah. Oh, I can hear the mechanical advantage already. So here you go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here's the stunt cycle, rubber wheels. That was the glorious thing about Evel Knievel. What kind of motorcycle was he riding? This was like a regular motorcycle. It was like anybody could have hopped on that motorcycle and attempted those stunts. But nobody in their right mind would have. Yeah. Look at Evel Knievel. He's got the... Oh, yeah. He's got the mutton chops going here. He's got the whole outfit on. He's already got the pre-broken arms. Is he posable? Yeah, he's got little wires in him. So you can sit him on the bike and then send him into certain death. Yeah. Oh, let's fly him over a canyon. So here we go. The bike. Okay, we get Evel Knievel on the bike first. All right, let's not be animals here. Here we go. Hold on, buddy. You're going for a wild ride. Yeah, he's got quite a grip. Hold on, buddy. Oh, maybe they're going this way. How did I do this as a kid? I must have been stronger back then. When I was 5. Get your hands on there, buddy. Oh, God. Never mind Kung Fu grip. Here we go. Look, one-handed. I love when I go bike riding with my son. And he's got training wheels on. And he rides like this, and then he goes, Dada, look. And he puts one hand like karate chopped on top of the handlebars and rides. He goes, Dada, look. Like he's doing this extreme stunt. And I'm like, yeah, son, that's great. Okay. And then he'll take the other hand. Dada, look. Like, okay, buddy. Hey, take it easy, you know. All right. Here we go. Now, we put this on the old... Oh, yeah. Oh, we're locked and loaded. We are locked and loaded. Look at it go! Look at it go! Oh my God, look, burnout. It's doing a burnout. Oh my God, what fun. What fun. Oh, we got to get some video footage of this later. Oh yeah, we got to wait. Well, we got to wait for daylight now. I got to take my son outside. We're going to get some video footage of this sucker in action. Oh yeah. Wow, Rodney. What a thrill. What a thrill! Oh my God, that made my day. This is so exciting. I can't wait till the sun comes up. So I can miss the school bus like old days. This is great. You know what? This is a great reason to call in sick tomorrow. Yes. And then my wife can find me in the middle of the road with my Evel Knievel stunt motorcycle. Sip of coffee for Rodney. Guys, you just tuned in to the greatest video game program in the history of human civilization. And you better believe that. With a 4K voice! We'll see you next time. Do you know who that is?
This is Evil.
That's Evel Knievel.
Why keep saying that thing?
Because that's the greatest motorcycle stuntman of all time. Faster! Faster!
It's not strong enough.
Gotta go a little bit faster. I don't know, but he needs that belt.
Yeah. He needs to put it back on.
He's like Dada. He needs a belt or his pants fall down. I mean, look at that butt. He's got the same butt as Dada, right?
Let me see. Yeah. You got the same butt as Dada.
What?